Hong Kong University of Science and Technology Phase 3. Effects of UV. My name is Yue Ethan Gao from West Island School. This is the table of contents, and which includes the introduction, experiments, and reflections. Under introductions is project objectives and the reason for choosing this topic. For experiments, it includes the hypothesis, methodology, results, etc. And for reflection, I have takeaways, application of skills, and what I found most enjoyable. Introduction. Project objectives. The initial project objectives included which of UVA, B, and sunlight promotes the growth of all subjects, if at all. If effects do show, what are they? How are subjects affected? Why does this happen? Are these results reproducible and reliable? Why? I chose this topic as I believe that in a world with ever-increasing population, we should have to find viable solutions to ensure the steady supply of food. The supply should also be stable, ensuring the supply curve cannot be easily shifted, causing mass shortage. And if my experiment is successful, this would allow for alternatives to classical agriculture, which may be more effective whilst also being feasible. Finally, experiments were feasible. These experiments could be conducted in a household or lab environment, which made it possible for me to explore this topic during Phase 2. Experiments. Hypothesis. Which variable? I believe that UVB would promote the growth of plants most effectively during my experiments. Why? UVB has the highest energy compared to the other variables, UVA and sunlight, and due to photosynthesis endothermic properties, this would mean a higher energy wave such as UVB would increase the rate of reaction, in turn the plant's rate of growth. Other predictions. I believe UVA would also affect the plant's growth, but not as significantly as UVB due to its lower frequency and energy. Further questions. If this hypothesis and reasoning were to hold true, would UVC yield even more effective results? Pictures. On the first slide, you can see UVA, sunlight, and UVB's effects on yellow peas. On the left, you can see UVA has indeed had an effect on the growth of these yellow pea stems by showing a larger variety in stem length compared to the middle of sunlight growth. The sunlight-grown yellow peas are very uniform compared to the other two. And finally, UVB. UVB proved to be the most effective at promoting the growth of these yellow peas. As you can see, the average height of stems is significantly taller than both sunlight and UVA. On the next slide, you can see UVA, sunlight, and UVB's early effects on the growth of romaine lettuce. This experiment is still in progress and will be updated to the record stock, which is here. The QR code for records, notes, and pictures are on this slide. Finally, our conclusion. Skills used. Research. Throughout the experiment, we used research skills, especially in the early stages of Phase 2, where we planned out our experiments and designed them. We learnt to organize our research and proposal in a formal manner with the assistance of our teachers. Then we used our critical thinking skills to improve upon our plan and spot flaws. During the conducting of our experiments, we used problem-solving skills to improvise or work around issues. Finally, we used our reflection skills to understand what went well during Phase 2 and areas for further improvement. Summary. These skills acquired and applied throughout this course will be able to enhance our learning outside of this program. They are crucial abilities for learners and leaders alike. Finally, my takeaways from this. Proper research should be conducted before designing experiments. This ensures so that we have at least a rough guideline of previous research on our topic, which also leads on to my next takeaway, where we should always understand what parts of our topic have already been explored. This is important because we aren't just repeating data, and perhaps also gives us inspiration for improvements to our plan. Finally, make sure your goals are in the realm of possibility. We must know what resources we have access to and how we can utilize them to conduct these experiments. Most enjoyable. I thoroughly enjoyed my time during Phase 2, and I most enjoyed conducting the experiments myself at home. This created a sense of achievement and satisfaction observing the growth of plants and recording their data. I thank you for your time listening to me, and if there are any questions, this is my email and this is my phone number. And thank you again.